Hello, today is Monday, October 24th, 2022. My name is Daniel Mullany, and behind the camera today we have Diego Juarez. And today we are going to be filming a video source inspection of a fully remanufactured 870S spin rinse dryer that has been upgraded with our touchscreen SlickDevice controllers and system light indicators. Our customer is located here in the US and their PO ends with 78354. So as I mentioned, we have a fully refurbished double stack right here. This is capable of running up to 6-inch product. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the process started and then discuss it as it runs. Okay, so our top chamber here currently has one of our inserts installed. So what this does is it allows you to seamlessly change from running 6-inch, which this 4-inch boat would not fit, down to 4-inch. So pretty straightforward like that. You slide in the insert, slide in your cassette and substrates, and now we're running 4-inch. This customer actually has an insert for each chamber, but we'll be demonstrating the insert in one chamber and then the actual 6-inch rotor in the other. Okay, here we've got another boat. As I mentioned, here we're running just the rotor's natural size of 6-inch. Okay. So I'm going to take a step to the back of the system at this time and just inspect the drain box and the DI valve and everything back here to make sure that we don't have any leaks with the system. Everything looks great and the system is draining out appropriately. I have the water recirc feature turned on both drain boxes, so you have a little bit of recirc water that's trickling in, and that looks good as well. Our system serial number is SRD-01464. Okay, so I just heard the system complete the rinse step on the top chamber, and we're now moving into purge. So we ramped up to our high RPM and are now blowing nitrogen through the DI manifold in order to purge any of that residual water out. That process just went through okay. And now we're on dry one. So in dry one, we're going to stay at our high RPM set point and turn on the heaters. We have a heater, a nitrogen heater that's located inside of a nitrogen manifold, and then we have bowl heaters which are located on the outside of the system. So it's the combination between those two items that does the drying process for the spin rinse dryer. All right, and then this spin rinse dryer is also equipped with all of our standard options. So we have the touchscreen controllers with LED system indicators. We have static eliminators to prevent static charge that builds up during the dry cycle. We have DI water recirculation, which prevents any dead leg DI water, which can lead to bacteria growth. And then we have resistivity probes that will give you a resistivity readout of the system while going through its rinse process. So that resistivity readout can also be configured as what's called a Q rinse, and that Q rinse will allow the controller to prevent the system from proceeding with its dry cycle if a certain resistivity set point hasn't been met yet. Okay, everything looks like it's going great. We're about to finish dry one right now in the top chamber. I can already see the chamber drying out a bit just from that high RPM spinning. And now we are ramping down to our dry 2. So our dry 2 will now be a lower RPM and a longer time dry step. The objective here is, now that we've spun quickly and slung the majority of the water off of the rotor and substrates, we can now slow down and let the drying elements complete the dry. This is what's been proven to provide the best particle counts and overall drying performance out of the spin rinse dryer. Okay, everything's still looking good. I can see the bowl heaters oscillating on and off on each chamber. The anti-static is on, and yeah, everything looks great. Okay, coming back to the back of the system again. I can see that the drain boxes have now drained out. Everything looks good on that front. The DI water recirc is still dribbling into both drain boxes, so those features are still looking good. Okay. So In addition to providing high quality refurbished spin wrench dryers from our inventory, we also offer 100% of the parts and services that you need to keep your SRDs up and running. So whether you need some basic consumables such as windows, seals, filters, or you need some of the components such as the upright piston, the pneumatic valves or the solenoid valves, or you need some major components such as the motor, the main controller, the servo amp, we have all of those parts on hand and available for shipment to keep your system up and running. You just give us a call or reach out through our website. We'll get in touch with you to make sure we have the proper parts spec'd out to fit your system, and we can even rush ship that same day if you're in a hard down situation and need something overnighted to you immediately. All right, cool. Everything's still looking good. And so that's just some of the parts that we offer. In addition to the parts that we sell, we also have a variety of services to keep your dryers up and running. So the main services that you're probably familiar with are rotor rebalancing, where we'll take your rotor, cassette, and substrates, and we will rebalance it so it runs smoothly, just like this system is right here. Controller repairs, so if you have any kind of controller issue, you can send yours in. We even still work on the older analog and digital controllers, so we can really work on any controller type. Motor repairs, whether the bearings failed or you have an issue with the armature, we can repair those. And then the motor controllers, so the LC4 or the LC5 amp, depending on your system's voltage, we have repair services for those. So those are very important components to the SRD, and we do recommend that you keep some on hand, particularly because services do take a few weeks to execute on, and we want to make sure that while your parts are being sent out for service, your system is still up and running. Okay, everything's still looking good. Coming to the front of the system now and just sort of peering in and taking a look, and the chamber is dried out quite a bit already on the top one. And the same with the bottom one. I see a few droplets sitting in the drain area, which is normal and expected. So it looks like we're going through a pretty standard dry process run right now. And yeah, the front chamber windows are just a tiny bit warm. It takes a bit to get the heat to go through these windows, so I can just barely tell, but I can tell that the heaters are on the inside. We've got about another minute left on this top chamber before we can start inspecting the cassette and product. So I'll take a minute to describe some of the other products and features that SciTech can offer you. So in addition to spin wrench dryers, we also have equipment, parts, and services for the HTC box washers. So those are the Floraware, Integris, HTC box washers. Kind of depends on the vintage of your system, but all in that family of tools. We have equipment available for sale, as well as 100% of the parts and services. So whether you need to replace some windows on there, swap out the HEPA filter, or do something else with those systems, we can help you with those. We also work on mask cleaners, such as Kulik & Sofa and Ultra T and Ultra Tech. We do photoresist pumps and photoresist pump rebuilds for Cybor, IDI, and Millipore. We have barrel ash and etch systems such as Branson's and Anatex. We also have metrology systems such as profilometers or other thin film measurement tools. To get a better feel for what we can provide to you, please visit our website at scitechprocess.com. Okay, top chamber's complete. So now you can press OK to acknowledge it, or you can simply just open the front door. But as you can see, we went from green, meaning in process, to blue, meaning successful process complete. I open the chamber door. The system now switches back to its idle state color. I can feel the nitrogen purging in nice and warm. And then when I inspect the cassette, everything is dry, and so are all of the substrates. Okay, moving on to the bottom chamber now. Again, I can feel the nitrogen purging in hot. I'm inspecting the cassette and substrates. Everything is warm and completely dry, ready for the next step in your process. Well, that will conclude our video source inspection and demo of our equipment today. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view it. Again, my name is Daniel, and this is filmed for SciTech Process Solutions. If you'd like to learn more about what we do, please continue to look at the videos on our YouTube channel or visit our website at www.scitechprocess.com, spelled S-I-T-E-K, or you can always give us a call at 916-797-9000, and to get in touch with me directly, dial extension 2201. Thanks so much for your time, and have a great day.